Come here. Come here. Ooh. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Gianna and Arlo. I'm Gianna and this is my E.S.A or emotional support animal, Arlo. So today is going to be a little bit of a story time. I'm going to be telling you all about the crazy coincidence on how I came about this little guy here. The story of how I came about Arlo is a really sweet one. I feel like before I can continue with this amazing vlogging journey with all the other interests that I have, I need to sort of just get everybody up to date with absolutely everything, how I've got him, information about E.S.As and all that. Let's get going on the story, hey? This is the story of how I came about Arlo in December 2021, so last year. I had gone to the doctors again to talk about my mental health issues. So yeah, I had just been to the doctor and had a counselling appointment, and both medical professionals suggested to me that getting an emotional support animal or E.S.A would be the most beneficial for me. Hi buddy! Yes! And they were so right, weren't they? I then spoke to one of my friends about what they had said, and she has an emotional support animal for her son. She said to me, "Oh, Gianna, that is a fantastic idea. I recommend it 100%. It will help so much." So I thought, okay, well, you know, my friend, she always knows what she's talking about, and because she has one, you know, she knows what it's all about. So I was like, okay, I'll look into it. Arlo, come! Good boy! A lot of distractions in today's video, I apologize. I then decided to look into it. I did a lot of Googling, a lot of YouTubing. I actually found a channel which I love to this day. It's called E.S.A the Cavalier. I've learned so much from her channel. It was very informative, and that's the first thing that brought my attention to the King Charles Cavalier breed. So I did more research into that. So many, you know, sites and people recommended a King Charles Cavalier specific for an E.S.A towards anxiety issues. I fell in love. I love this breed so much. Hello, come here puppy boy. What's not to love? So I started researching breeders around my area, and there was like none. I know but one of my friends, not the same friend that said, yeah, E.S.A is a great idea. It was another of my friends. I reached out to her and I said, hey, look, I know that you've got 3 Cavaliers, and I'm just wondering if you could point me in the right direction of where I could get one. Uh-oh. But yeah, and she got back to me and she was like, oh my God, what a coincidence. Guess what? I'm about to start the breeding process. She's a breeder of King Charles Cavalier dogs. She is an extremely good breeder. She's extremely good. She's all about puppies going to the right home, a good home, and you know, the health and the well-being of all of her dogs. I told her my situation and if she would consider me for one of the puppies due to the whole it being for my mental health. She's like, oh yes, you are like a top priority. You know, you absolutely can have one of these puppies. She's been updating me through the whole process from impregnation. Her male and her females are like the best of friends. They would never actually mate to do, you know, the whole puppy thing. So she used IVF. I've been updated the whole time. She announced the birth of the pups on Christmas Day last year. How perfectly amazing is that? Arlo was born Christmas Day 2021. I visited him at only 3 days old. I then went and visited him again when he was 6 weeks old. I brought my kids to that. Hey, didn't I, puppy boy? My kids absolutely fell in love with him, and he was so good to my kids. He was very good. Teething. Oy. No. it was just such a perfect match. So my friend, she told me, absolutely, this pup, this one here, he is yours. And then at 8 weeks old, I was able to go and pick Arlo up. My video I did before this one, my previous video, was all about the first day and picking him up and how exciting it was. If you haven't seen it, head on over and go and watch it because it is just so cute. He's like so tiny. I can't believe how much he's grown in only 4 weeks. He's benefited me so much already. I cannot wait to see the results that I will get when he's older and trained properly for this. So you know his story now. I'm just going to inform you a little more about emotional support animals, or E.S.A for short. What is an E.S.A? An E.S.A is short for emotional support animal. What an E.S.A does, it supports you emotionally through disorder. To get an E.S.A, you first of all need a diagnosis. For me personally, it is both the anxiety and depression. Then you will need the medical certificate, I guess, or letter, medical letter through your doctor or your counselor saying that you need an E.S.A, you would benefit from having one. You also need to have a mental health care plan. You must update this annually, including the letter that says that you need an E.S.A. You need to update that and your mental health care plan every year. Once you have that, you can go ahead and find your perfect little E.S.A. It doesn't have to be a dog. It can be any animal. It could be a dog, a cat, a rabbit, a guinea pig, a bird, absolutely anything. E.S.As are not therapy dogs. A therapy dog requires very specific training. An E.S.A doesn't actually require any specific training. They're just there to support you. I am personally going to be training him. So the difference between an E.S.A and an actual domestic pet, there is a slight difference. A real estate cannot turn away an E.S.A. They're not technically pets. They're there to serve a purpose. Even though they don't have to have the same training as a therapy dog, they are there for a purpose. E.S.As can go with you places. They cannot go into places like restaurants, cafes, whereas a therapy dog can. If you're considering getting an E.S.A or a therapy dog, really do your research because there is a very significant difference between the two. Have all the facts, go from there. So that's basically what an E.S.A is, guys. I've caught you up on everything that I feel like I need to right now. So my next video, I'm finally going to open my na surprise doll box things. Arlo, of course, will still be there. Arlo, come! You need a bath. We will see you next time. Bye, Arlo!